go to canva.com. We're going to do a simple logo today, and we're going to get started. So apologies for the microphone. This is a fun thing we're figuring out. I'm also in the description of this. I've added some different donation links, and you can buy me weird, stupid food. I don't know. Thanks to Hoku for setting up a bunch of weird stuff for me. We're going to give it a go. Do you like this new microphone? Super great, right? Okay, so we're on Canva, and we're going to do a simple logo. You can see I've done some things here before, but I'm going to go ahead and start from scratch. So whenever you are on canva.com, you're going to go ahead and in the main search bar, go ahead and just type logo. They actually have a logo template area. This is the easiest way. I would recommend to start with anything, whether it's a logo or media kit or resume, menus. This is the best way to do it. If you can type something in, sometimes they'll already have preloaded templates. Today we're going to do things for Mothchild cosplay. That's how I'm going to make the logo for, because she's a good friend. She has a pretty good idea of what she wants. Mothchild, she really likes moths. She wants it a simpler design. I have some color schemes from her website and an idea of the types of fonts she wants. So if you need to vector anything out, like if you have a specific image that you want put into line form, you're going to probably have to do that on a different program and then import it into Canva. That's why we're calling this the simple logo design. We're going to pick from a bunch of images and arts that's already here, or you can download an image from the web and upload it into Canva as well. So you're on your main logo page. I'm actually going to create a blank logo, but you can go through here, and if you see something that you really kind of like the shapes or the text or whatever it is, you can go ahead and pick it. But I would like to create a blank logo. I'm just going to start from scratch. These are different ones that I made that recently used. But over here on the left-hand side, you're going to see search logo templates. I think for mine, I actually typed in moth because that's what she has. And it'll pull up any template that has a tag on it with whatever it is that you're typing in. So you could type, I don't know, I wonder if cyberpunk is something. Nah, probably cyber tech. You could do craft. They have a lot of different clip art or vector images and things that you can pull up on here. Or like this is one that I used before, for really good for sewists. You could also go over here on the left hand side to elements. And this is where you'll find different graphics is a good one in the elements. And you could type sew, and it'll pull up a bunch of different things on Canva. And you might find a style there. Like I really like this old school kind of style. But you'll find tons of different styles of whatever it is that you're searching for. You could do color or you could do black and white. And you could even change the color on a lot of these depending on if Canva made it. Like this one right here. Whenever I pull up this needle, and doesn't matter what clip art you're pulling up, on the top left-hand corner of this workspace area, you'll see the colors that are involved in this art. So you can change it. Say your colors are the ultimate cosplay colors. We can go ahead and change this to reflect that. And now we have a gold needle with a red thread. But that's only for the clip arts that I believe Canva's made, so you don't always get the color schemes, but a lot of these ones seems like you do. You can even change this line art color to be that brown if you really liked the brown. So anyway, I'm going to go back. And I'm going to restart so I can do the moth logo. So depending on if you have colors that are already involved with, let's say that, like for me, I use a lot of purples and things, I could use that in my logo. Haley, who is Mothchild, has a website. Let me go ahead and pull up her stuff. This is her website, and this is kind of the color that she wants to use. You can do this with yours if you already have colors. I'm going to go ahead and half screen this. That way I can see what the colors are while I'm in Canva. Okay. So she said she wanted a simpler design. I don't know if I want to do any of these colors, but I think I might. I'm going to pick a moth that I think looks simple but pretty at the same time. And I'll do a few different versions of this for her so I can send her over different ideas and then she can go off of that. So I'm going to pick this one because it's a simple line design and it has some color in it. And I'm going to try to match this color. What we go? All right. So I want to match this pink color. I'm going to go ahead and click on the moth because I think I want the inside of the moth to have the pinks. And I think I'm going to make this one an image with a transparent background. If you don't have the upgraded version of Canva, you can't do transparent, but that's okay because we can make it where it has a square white background, whatever the background color is, or you can make a circle around it too and chop it out maybe in Photoshop later. So if you want to do a custom color, you click on these color boxes up here. And instead of picking one of the colors down here, I mean, you can start with this. Say I wanted to start with this pink and then I might want to edit it. I would do this rainbow box here. This will pull up where that color is on the rainbow box. And it's already kind of close to this one. But I think we need to go a little more purple. So you can just change the slider here. I think it's a little bit darker as well. All right, so I think that matches pretty well. I'm going to change the background color. I'm just going to do it as a white. And she also wanted to do, she said she liked the fonts that she had on her website. So we're going to go ahead and try and match that font. I can either select the font that I already have in my template here and then change it at the top left-hand corner. You'll have a drop down. And you can change your fonts in here, and there are a ton. If you don't have the upgraded version of Canva, you'll have a bunch here available. If you do have the upgraded version, anything with a crown, you can also use. If you really love a font, but you don't want to upgrade your Canva, you can click on the crown one and use that. You'll just have to pay, I think, $1 whenever you download it to use that font this one time. So it's no biggie. So I'm going to try to match the font that's in her website, and I'll show you how we can get all the extra effects as soon as we figure out kind of what this font looks like. That one looks pretty good. Thought this looked like a Lovello almost. Let me know if you have any questions, but this is more of kind of poking around and seeing what works for you or what kind of reflects the vibe that you want to go for. Typically, more of the cursives are going to be for fine arts, and the bolds are going to be for, I wouldn't say more aggressive. Typically, it's a manlier font, even a digital font. They have some really cool ones. Oh, I don't have it up at the top anymore. But as you scroll down, you'll see some really neat styles. Might just keep what we have here. I'm liking it, and she can tell me later if she wants it changed. Okay, so once you have your font picked out, I'm actually going to do Cosplay as a secondary font here. Click on the font. Effects is going to be at the top bar here. And you'll have a bunch of different text effects that come up. You can mess around with these, and I'm going to show you how to layer these as well. So hers had kind of a shadow on it, and you can make those shadows bigger, smaller. And you can even change the color of that shadow. So right here, actually this might actually be the color of the text. That's the color of the shadow. All right, so the shadow color is changed with the color box in the effects panel as well. So effects, pick the one you want, change the color. I'm going to keep no blur. Hello, no spaceship. I am streaming because these digital walkthroughs, I feel like you need to see every single step. So rather than recording it, downloading on my computer, and uploading it, it's just easier to go ahead and live stream and say hi to everyone. So I did the offset on this. If I also wanted to kind of make almost an outline on the lettering, I can do a copy paste. So you could do at the top right hand corner as a duplicate, and you can duplicate the text itself, or you can do Control C, Control V to copy paste. Then all I'm going to do is change the effects. So instead of a shadow, I can do an outline. I'm going to do a really thin outline, and I'm going to do it in white. If I overlay it right on top of what we had, it now has a thin outline around the letters. So see, before we have the black with the pink offset, and now we have a white outline around each letter. And I think that looks a lot closer to what she had here. As you can see, they have an outline around the letters too. I might bold this a little bit. Yeah. Another effect that I really like to use for even media kits, but really anything, is lift. It just gives it a little more, I don't know what that word would be, but a little more oomph. It sticks out a bit better. This one I'm going to do none though. If you remember from last time, if you haven't been here last time, a way to select more than one thing. So say we have two different texts here. Remember, I have the one with the offset and then this weird outline on top. You're going to click outside of where you're at, drag a box over, and I'm actually going to group these two because I want those two texts to stay together. Now I can click outside of what I have, drag over all of these, and I want to pull it up just a little closer to the moth. I think that looks pretty good. So if you have an image here, you can also edit that. Up at the top left, you can edit image. You can edit the colors. Sometimes, depending on what it is, you can edit if it has a glow. This is the same as you would the text as well. But I think this looks pretty good as is. So I think I'm going to make this text a little bigger. All right, so we've got Moth Child Cosplay and the moth. I think I want to make a different variation for her as well. If I wanted this to be the final everything, I could download, and you want to do PNG is best for digital work. So if you're just going to use this online, do a PNG. And if you have Canva Pro or you want to pay another $1, you can click the transparent background, and that way it's going to be an image where it's just the text, the moth, and then no background at all, so you can put it over top of pictures and different things like that. I'm going to save those for her. If you don't have that, or you want to find a different way to download where it has a nice crisp edge, go to Elements at the left hand side, Lines and Shapes, and I'm going to do a circle for this. Again, it snaps in the middle on both axes, so if you need to do that, what I'm doing is changing the color of the circle, so it's obviously not white, or I could make it white and make the background just a different color. Click this circle, and I want to position it behind the moth. Now I can edit how it looks. I'm dragging a box over this because I want to center everything to the square. So now we have that for her as well. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that as it is. I'd like to make her a different version. So if you're still making logos and you want to keep following along, I'm going to show you how to make just something a little bit different. I'm going to add a page. I'm going to go back to templates here on the left hand side. I have moth. That's cool. I'm going to go ahead and pick a different moth. And I think I'm going to make this one more of a horizontal style. So rather than this one's a circle, I want all the text to be to the right. Yeah, she does. I used hers for this because it was a lot easier. It's asked what should we pick, or what's some advice for picking an image if you want to do an image with the text. So what I would recommend for me is, if you're, say, really heavily into sewing, picking something that has thread, something like that. Trying to think if you have a costume that really sticks out more than others, or that really represents what you are, it's good to get that vectored. But you could also just kind of, I don't know, spend a lot of time in Elements and just typing in things that you think, like craft is a really good one, because there's scissors, there's buttons, there's paint brushes. Paint's really good if you're into foam smithing. So you could even type that and pull out some of these types of images instead. You can do artist and get more of like the canvases. Some pretty cool ones in here. You can also change it to be graphics instead of all, so that you don't have the big photo things. And you also don't have to use a clip art to go with your text. What I could do is, instead of doing any clip art, add a heading, pick a font. I'm gonna go ahead and change that color. Actually, do we have this? Yeah, we did. Change it to Mothchild. Even go up here and select these two, but we'll just do it again for the sake of repetition. Effects. We're going to, again, do the hollow letter. Make it nice and thin. White. I can also pull these letters closer together. So at the top here, where you have the up and down arrow, we can do letter spacing. Pull them closer if we want. So you can just end up with this, and you can put a box behind it. She might prefer to use this. I just, for Plexi, just have my letters with an outline, which would be, if I did the effects and the thickness, I want to put it really thick. Kind of like that. It would be Plexi. And I could do a different cursive. That one at all. Don't like that one at all either. Wish I remembered what font I had. Anyway, you get the gist. You could just mess around with your texts and do different block lettering around it, and that can get you a really great logo without having to use any art. So it's definitely whatever feels best to you. It's a weird one. I'll just get stuck doing this forever. So yeah, that's my recommendation. Yeah. You didn't miss too much, Samir. So Samir has a really good, he would like a logo as well, but for me, if he has any art that I would want to do for his, I think I would want to vector it out probably in a different program by using one of his actual cosplay images, because it's not quite as catchy as Mothchild. So I'm going to go ahead and change hers here. I can actually reuse this font that I already made up here. Let me lock at the top right. You can lock something. I'm going to lock this circle so that whenever I try to select the text, I'm not also selecting the circle. I'm going to drag a box over this, duplicate, and I can pull it down. think I might want to try out a more cursive font for cosplay over here because this looks a little more feminine. Weird. All right, so I'm going to change this font. I can even offset cosplay rather than having it straight below. Doop, doop, doop. So, we should a sec, let's do it. Let's do a Samir one. So I'll go to elements. If you don't know Samir, he did a funny video with glasses. We could do get ready, Samir, this is gonna be ridiculous. I wish I could use a moving graphic for a logo. That would be fun. But I think this is probably the best one, and then I can put images behind it. Let's see. Oh, I kind of want those. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to elements. I'm gonna position this backwards. Let me change the color just so I can see what it is. And then we'll do copy it, put it over here. I only want ridiculous. That's it. I don't remember. Wasn't one like... I don't remember what the colors were. Samir, what were the colors for these glasses? No, that's Christmas. All right, I'm gonna add some text here. Samir, what kind of text do you like? I'm just gonna have to pick one. This is ridiculous. You're not gonna use this one anyway. I'm just doing it for fun. Hey, sorry you were over on the Twitch channel and I'm not really good at actually text replying to anybody, but yeah, everyone's over here. Seems to be on YouTube. Probably because I've never really streamed on Twitch. That might be the reason. So I'm going to do effects. Gotta lock this. Need to lock that other one as well. So there's a Samir one. It's stupid and he'll never use it for anything, but that's what we've got. So we've got Moth Child. I want to go ahead and change this to a better cursive before I give it to her. I feel like it doesn't quite hit on what I want. This this moth looks a little bit off in color. Maybe I will, I feel like I need to do something about this moth, but this could just be a nice simple logo without much else that we need to do. Samir, I need to make this better. I need to remember what the glasses actually looked like, because this isn't right. I don't even know if that's the way you spell your... Yeah, it is. I bet you don't have it in your Instagram, do you? Where are the ridiculous glasses? Oh, here it is. Oh, I need the I Love Cosplay. I feel like you probably didn't save that. It was green and blue. Here's Samir's thing that we're basing this off of.
I'm Samir Tikka Masala. What does cosplay mean to me? Everything. It means everything to me.
You're a ridiculous human, Samir. Alright, so we have one heart. Here we go. We'll delete this. Sorry, this is definitely veered off of just showing you how to do a logo at this point, guys, but this is worth it. Look, you're seeing how to do it in real time. Should have copied that. Okay. And then I need an I Love Cosplay. I should just have you send me this graphic. So it's an outline in white. I can either do one side and then copy all of the group and then put it on the other eye, but right now I'm doing it the harder way, so. All right, and then we'll do cosplay with an outline in white. Ridiculous. And you'll see it snaps to the same on the other side. I'm really happy about the chat because otherwise this is pretty boring teaching myself how to make logos. But yeah, there you go. There's Samir. Is that ridiculous enough for you? I don't even know. I don't think this is the right logo for you, but you're welcome to use it at any time. I'll download it. Okay, so we've got some Mothchild logos here. I'm going to see what I'm going to do is send her these 3 logos, see how she feels about it. So I can download. If I download PNG, I can do transparent background for all pages. I'm just going to do the first 3 pages. I'll do them all. Okay. I'm not going to compress the file. I'm going to download. And then we're going to see how they download to my computer. So I'll show you just a sec. So when you download multiple pages, it's going to download as a compressed file. You want to extract all. And now we have all of these. So what this did is this saved a transparent background around my circle. But if you don't have the upgraded version of Canva and you just do without the transparent background, just that first page, I'll show you what this one looks like then. This comes as the square with the circle in it. So it saves as the square size that you originally started out with. So I'm going to send her both and see what she says. Yeah, I think these look all right, and they match her website pretty well. This is her website with her fonts. She kind of stopped working on her website a long time ago, but I think this is more purpley and this is more pinky. She might prefer a more pinky color. So we'll see what she says, and then I can edit it in here. And Samir, I'll send you your ridiculous thing, because why not? Yeah, I know. The logos are a lot faster than the media kit for sure. But it's super important. These transparent background ones, if you want to, let's say we want to go back and add what we just made to something else. So we go back to our main page. You can go back to your media kit maybe. Let's see where I have that. I have a lot of ridiculous things in here. We'll go to Talk Customs Media Kit. If we open up his media kit and go to uploads, now I can take the things that I downloaded on my computer, these Mothchild things. These all have transparent backgrounds. And I can also upload the one that doesn't have a transparent background. And I'll show you how you can make it so it's the right size for you. This one? Nope. Was it this one? Yes. Okay, so if you don't have a transparent background and I have a square and you're like, I don't want to put a square on my cool media kit or wherever else you do it, what you do is you go to elements here on the left and frames. You'll see a circle frame. I think a circle is a pretty solid choice. I'm going to put it right over Talk's thing because this isn't his anymore now. And I can put that in there. So now I have a really cool circle. I can even, if you double click and stretch it, you can make it so that border is a lot smaller or even gone. I'm going to make it just kind of centered here. Then you move the whole frame around. So that's pretty cool. I like it that way. Your ones that have a transparent background will look like this. So you can overlay it on different things. Like Samir's. Whee! Talk, I need to change these things or get this to you at some point. So yeah, there you go. That's how you make a logo. That's how you can bring it back into Canva and upload it in different things that you've made as well. So everything now kind of interlaces and overlays everything, affects everything else. You can go spruce up your media kit now if you've made your logo. But that is, I think, the majority of what you would need to know for that. Again, templates is a really good place to start. Go back home and start making new things and incorporating the logo that you downloaded. Hope this was helpful, y'all. I know you had a fun time in chat, but let me know if you have any questions below in the comments. Please subscribe. It's my birthday soon. I would really like to hit maybe 1,000 subscribers. I don't freaking know. I'm not partnered on YouTube, and I don't make any money here. But I also have now donation links in the bottom, so feel free to, whatever. I'll see you guys probably next week for another live stream, and I'll be uploading more pre-made videos about how to cosplay. But I will see you then. Bye!